Hi everyone, this is still Sam. We are still on Y 2023 past questions. So let's take a look at this question. The question is on bearing and distance. So the question is quite long. So once I'm done, or as I read, I draw the diagram. In a town, Chief X resides 60 meters away on a bearing of 57 degrees from, when you're talking about bearing, you consider the from, where the bearing will start from. On a bearing of 57 degrees from the palace P. So it means that I'm starting my diagram from the palace P. So this is P, the four cardinal point for P. This is the North Pole. 57 degrees. So 57 degrees should fall here. So it should be around here like this. So this place will be 57. Let's analyze this. If this is 57, what remains here? That would be 90 minus 57. What is 90 minus 57? That is 33 degrees. So this is the palace. This is where the Chief X resides. So this is X, Chief X. So if this is 57, this place will be 57. And the upper one here will be 33. I'm just doing an analysis of this. Then they gave us the distance between them to be 60 meters. All right, so let's proceed with the next part of the question. While Chief Y resides on a bearing of 150 from the same palace. So we are still reading our bearing from P because they said from please, when you are dealing with bearing, consider that from P 150. This place is 0 according to bearing, true bearing. This place is 90. This is 180. So that means 150 will be between 90 and 180. So that means you should come this way. Something like this. So from this place to this place is 150. Here is 90. What remains here? So that means whatever that is going to remain here will be 90 minus 150. Since from this North Pole to this line is 150 and to this place is 90. What remains here will be 150 minus 90, which is 60. So this place should be 60 degrees, while the other place here should be 30 degrees to complete 180. So this is, let me make it longer. This is palace Y. So if this place is 60, the down part alternate angle will be 60 here, while the, let me write it so that I can see it clearly. This will be 60 degrees, while the upper part here will be 30 degrees to complete the 90 at that side. So they now told us, according to that question, that the residence of X and Y are 180 meters apart. Residence of X and Y 180 meters apart. This is X, this is Y, 180 meters apart. So as you find a way of joining them, and it must not be this line to this line. So how do I join them to make that happen? Okay, let me redraw this. That's it. So they told us, or let me quickly make a kind of summary of what I have done. Again, in a town, Chief X resides 60 meters away on a bearing of 57 degrees from Palace P. So this is Palace P. Now this is Chief X, where the Chief X lives. So the bearing is 57 degrees from the North Pole to that line. So this goes to X, and this is 57. From here to here is 90, this remains 33. Why this is 33? The other part here will be 57. All right. So they told us that Chief Y resides on the bearing of 150 from the same palace P. So from this same P, from P, by the time you do the bearing, from here, this is 0, this is 90. So 150 will be between 90 and 180, since this place is 180. So 150 should be somewhere around there to Y, to Chief Y. So if this is 150, this line is for 150, this is 90. That means the remaining part here will be 150 minus 90, which is 60. While this other part will be 30. All right. So if this is 60, the down part here will be 60, and this is Palace Y. Then also they told us that the residence of X and Y are 180 meters apart. So I have to join X to Y. But please don't join this south to this north, because they did not tell us in the question that X is directly north of Y or Y is directly south of north. So if in the any question they did not mention that, don't join this cardinal point to this cardinal point, please just find a way of joining them so that this does not come to meet this person. So I joined X to Y, and they told us that distance between them is 180 meters. So what did I ask us to find? Okay, illustrate this information in a diagram. That is the beautiful diagram. Then they said find correct to three significant figures, the bearing of X from Y and the distance between P and Y. Bearing of X from Y, bearing of this X from Y. I always advise students that once they say bearing of X from here, first get the angle at that point. Let's get the angle there. Then do we have any complete angle in this diagram? This is not complete. This is not complete because we still have an angle here. This is just with 7. But I think this is complete. The whole of this angle is complete. This is 33. This is 60. 33 plus 60, that makes it 93 degrees. So let me draw out that diagram so that this one is too complex. This is X. This is P. This is Y. This is 180 meters. This place is 93 degrees. Then this is 60 meters. In under sine and cosine rule, when you have an angle and the side facing that angle, then you are going to use sine rule. So according to this diagram, the sine rule here, okay, let me write here. From sine rule, what do we have? That means I can say that small x, this place will be small x, this one will be small p, this will be small y. All right, so I can say that small x over sine capital X equals small y, that's the side y over sine the angle, equals small p over sine the angle capital P. So let's substitute according to what we have there. What is x? We don't have it. X over sine, is there angle x? We don't have that as well. Equals y. We have 60 divided by the angle, and that's the angle I'm looking for. According to this diagram, remember I want to get the angle at y. So let me call it sine y equals P. That is small p, 180 over sine the angle at P. This, which is 93 degrees. All right. So from here, this, both of them not known. So I need to follow this. So I can cross multiply from here. So I will have 180 sine y, that's capital letter for the angle, equals 60 sine 93 degrees. So thank God for calculator. I can just say sine y equals 60 sine 93 degrees divided by, so this 180 will leave here to come under this, divided by 180. So sine y will then be, so let's try our calculator there. That would be 60 times sine 93, all divided by 180, divided by 180. So that gives 0.3329. Please, 4 decimal place, because when you check your calculator, your formula table is still be in 4 decimal place like that. So y will then be arc sine. When sine comes here, it becomes arc sine. Sine raised to power minus 1, 0.3329. So y will then be, so that will be arc sine, shift sine, 0.3329. So that gives 19.44 degrees. So the angle here is 19.44 degrees. 19.44 degrees. That's the angle there. So they ask us to get the bearing of x from y. Let's see it. It means that I'm going to start from the north pole. That is, I'm looking for the angle from the north pole to the line joining x and y. To this line. Let me redraw it so that you can see it clearly and make it bigger. So the bearing of x from y means that, you know, there's a line joining y and x together. So I will start my reading from the north pole till I get to that line joining them. That is the bearing they asked me to find. Of course, we know that from here to here is complete 90. From here to here is another complete 90. From here to here, another complete 90. From this person to this place is 60 is there. Then finally we have from here to here, which is 19.44. So now, if you are following this well, then we can say that the bearing of x from y will then be, so that will be 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 60, then plus 19.44. So 90 makes it 270. So that's 270 degrees plus this 60, which is part of it, then plus 19.44 degrees. So let's add all this together. 270 plus 60, then plus 19.44. This gives 349.44 degrees. They asked us to change it to 3 significant figures. So that would be 1, 2, 3. That is 349 degrees to 3 significant figures. So that answers the first part of the question. The second part of the question says, find the distance between P and Y. Let's see. This is P and this is Y. We are looking for this length, Py. That is our X. That's our X. That's what they asked us to find. So already we have these two complete. We have this complete. So you can either go by cosine rule or we still go by sine rule. I like to use sine rule because sine rule is easy. So we have two angles. We can get the third angle here using sum of angles in a triangle. So first, let's get the angle here. So once we have this angle using sum of angles in a triangle, then we can then use sine rule to get the side x, which is the Py they asked us to find. Simple. So let's start. This is the diagram. To get angle x will be 180 degrees minus 93 degrees minus 19.44 degrees from sum of angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle. You know, the addition of the 3 is 180. So if I want to get this, I'll subtract these 2 from 180. So what would that give us? That would be 180 minus 93 minus 19.44. So that gives 67.56 degrees. So this is 67.56 degrees. So let's go back to the initial sine rule which we have written. I want to go back to this sine rule which I wrote here. From that sine rule, I wrote x over sine. Sorry, this is the small x over sine x equals, that will be y over sine y divided by sine y equals p over sine p. So let's take it quickly. This is the x I'm looking for, divided by sine x, the angle, 67.56. That was why we got that angle. Equals, which one should I use? Let me use this fine one, equals p over sine p. Let me compare it with this. Let me use the middle one. P, that is 180 divided by sine, capital letter, 93. You know, I can remove this and place these two, and that's what I have done to make it easier. What will now be this x? This x times sine 93 degrees will then be, because multiply, x times sine 93 degrees will now be the multiplication of these two, 180 times sine 67.56 degrees. So that means x which I'm looking for, this will come under this, will be 180 times sine 67.56 degrees, all divided by sine 93 degrees. So what would that give us? We have 180 times sine 67.56 divided by sine 93. So that gives 166.60 meters. So they asked us to change it to 3 significant figures. So this is approximately 1, 2, 3. That is 167 meters to 3 significant figures. And that is what gives us the distance between P and Y, according to what they asked us to find. I hope you understand this now. See you in my next video. Bye for now.